What's up everybody, Ramey here, and today we are reviewing the Tricep, flat tricep bar from Steadfast lifting products. This is a tricep bar that I've had now for roughly 2 months. I've had lots of time to play with this thing, use it, see if I like it or not, see what I think is good or bad, or if you should go out and buy one of these things. So let's talk about it. So first of all, Steadfast lifting products is literally like one dude out in California making these by hand. So these products are 100% USA made by literally one guy. Like, he doesn't have like a production team or anything. Like, he's making this stuff. His steel he gets from a local place around him, so it's 100% USA steel, all that good stuff. And he literally makes this, like, I think in his garage, like as you order. It's kind of like made to order, like when you order it, like I think he's like making it. So that's kind of cool. Like, how many things in your life do you like custom order like that, unless it's like on Etsy and someone's like drawing you something, you know? Like, so that's kind of cool. Like, these are literally handmade products from this guy. I actually found out about their products on the Home Gym Discord. Took a look at this, asked him a few questions about it, and one of the reasons I purchased this product is that I was having some problems with my elbows and elbow tendonitis, golfer's elbow, whatever you want to call it, and I was trying to reduce pressure on my wrist. Because a lot of times when you get that, it's from like this kind of like grip. So I asked him about it, and he said this is actually why he created this little thing. So I put in the order. At the time it was $39. I noticed on the website it's now $49. I assume that's because of the rise in cost of steel. That's been happening. I've heard everyone talking about it. Also, I think the post office raised shipping too in January. So you got that going against us as well. I paid $39 for it. And it took me, so I ordered this maybe like December 29th. I got it like January 29th, so it took about a month for it to come to me. On the website it says it takes about like 3 to 7 days for orders, but I know he got slammed over Christmas. So when you have one person custom making stuff, they can't take on like 3,000 orders. So I think that's kind of what happened to him, so it did take a month. Having said that, when I ordered this product, I went in knowing that only one guy makes it, and it might take a couple weeks to come to me, so I wasn't like in a rush to get it. I was actually okay with it taking a month. I thought that was fine. Like, hey, this is a custom-made product for, not custom, but like handmade product. Like, it's okay if it takes a couple weeks. I'm not expecting like Rogue or Titan or Rep or Bells of Steel or any of those companies' level of production and speed, or Amazon or whoever. Like, I'm expecting like one dude. So it's pretty good. It took about a month to get to me, which could for some people be too long, but like, for me, I was good with that for this product. Okay, let's get into the product itself. So this is the 17-inch one. They also make a 24-inch one. I'm not sure why. I guess if you really like a wide grip when you do your triceps, that would be good. This is absolutely perfect for me. You can see all my other tricep bars are like the common. I mean, I have a bunch of these things. None of them are longer than that. So, you know, this is about as long as a normal tricep bar, and where the Neuro is on this, you know, matches up perfectly. So I thought the 17-inch would be perfect for me. It's 1/4 of an inch. I was surprised it almost feels like it's too thin, but it works just fine. So I guess he knows what he's doing. I mean, it's 1/4 of an inch steel, so it's not thin. It just, you know, looks thin when you look at it. It's literally only a big piece of 1/4 of an inch steel that's flat. He does have a nice powder coat on it, so the texture of this almost feels like, I want to say like 80 grit sandpaper. That's kind of what the texture feels like. Like, it's a nice grip. It feels like a skateboard grip. Like if you put your hand on a skateboard, that's kind of what this feels like grip tape. Like, it's rough, which is nice. I mean, you grip this thing, so that's nice, because something like this isn't really gonna, I mean, I don't think something like this can have Neuro on it. I guess it could, but it doesn't. It has a nice grip on it, which I actually like. So it has a nice powder coat of paint, and it's got like little wings on the end to kind of hold your hands. I don't know, I don't use those, but they have them. On the little like pin place where you stick your pins, You can see there's a little S shape here. So your pins go right in there. The hole is long enough, is big enough right on top, so that's where your pins go. So really that's the hole. It's just kind of like his, you know, his symbol on there. So let's talk about how I like the product. Like, did it work? Those are like the details. And do I think it's worth going out and buying? Do I think it's a good product? And what do I think about it? So, as I said, the reason that I got this product is because all these bars, when you hold them, the biggest thing of failure on these is your forearm strength, because your wrist is holding these. As you put, like, as I push down here, like, my wrist is the point of failure. When I start getting heavy on this, I'm really gripping hard and using a tons of strength right here, causing myself elbow pain, which is what I don't like. So I was actually using these, not realizing that I was putting my palm on top of it to actually push it down to take the pressure off of my wrist. I didn't realize it until I started paying attention, and I was always like, I really wish they just had like a bigger one that would be easier, that just allowed me to use my palm. And when I saw this, I was like, this is brilliant, genius. I was like, this is perfect. I had to get it right away. Because very similar to like the Raw 8 handles from Prime that take the pressure off of your elbow, this kind of does the same exact thing. So I started using it, and you know, you put your hand on, your hand fits perfect. So you're now pushing with your palm. You're not pushing with, you're not holding it, you're not gripping it, you're not using this wrist strength. I'm literally pushing down with my palm. So I've taken a lot of that wrist action out of there. So right away, the first day I used it, I noticed that it definitely did what it was supposed to be doing. It was using less of that muscle. The other thing I noticed is that I was able to push more weight. Not a lot of weight, but let's say 10 to 15% more weight, because I wasn't relying on that grip strength. I was actually just relying on my triceps, which is what I wanted to do as I did the exercise. So right away, I was pretty impressed by it. There was one thing I noticed though. So one of the things I noticed is that as I was like pulling down and pulling the weight up, I was noticing some pain in my little wrist area right here, where I was holding it down, because I guess I was putting so much pressure on it. I noticed that for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then it kind of went away. So I assumed that was like my body, like adjusting to pushing down on this part of my hand. So I wasn't necessarily used to right away. It's kind of like when you get a new like real grippy knurl, and it takes you a couple lifts, like maybe a couple weeks to get used to it. So pay attention to that when you first get it. Like if it kind of hurts your wrist a little bit because you're from the pressure, like you're just putting so much pressure on your wrist now because you're not using your hands, you kind of your joints might just have to get used to it a little bit. I don't know, it went away, so I assume I was just like getting used to it, but I did notice it. Like when I was done with I was like, oh, that was so much pressure on my hand right here. I kind of felt it. So I don't know, pay attention to that. I think it's just something that it's like getting a new knurl, like it kind of goes away. Your hand bones get used to it and you're good. So I was good. Other than that, I really like the product. It's become my go-to tricep exercise product. You know, when I talked to the owner, that's kind of what he told me. He said he started his company, I'm pretty sure he said he started his company, correct me if I'm wrong, but because of this, he wanted something that had like this flat for his palms, for triceps, and he created this. This was his first product, and this is how he kind of got started. So I totally get it, because when you use these kind of things, you're really using a lot of your wrist. So having said that, do I recommend the product? Do I think you should go out and buy it, and will it replace all your other tricep attachments? I do think, especially if you're having issues with elbows, I think this product's 100% worth it. If you really want to target it, you use a lot of cables and you press down with your triceps. I also think this product is worth it. At $49, I think it's a pretty good deal. Considering some of the other attachments out there cost, I think it's about average, about what you'd expect to pay, especially since you're paying for something that's made in the USA and literally handmade by some guy. Like $49 is pretty good for a nice piece of steel like this that's going to work. I expect it'll last forever. It's got a really nice coat of This powder coat is just beautiful. I love this grip on it. This powder coat is awesome. It hasn't chipped or anything. I'm not too, I don't baby this thing. I kind of like drop it when I'm done. Like, I mean, I just put it down when I'm done. I'm not like babying it. I haven't had any chips in 2 months or anything that I can see at all. I do also know that if you have a problem with any of his products, because someone had like an issue with one of his other products, it like wasn't built well for them. He actually custom took their product and like created some custom solution for a guy, I'm pretty sure at no cost, because the guy didn't like what he had. So like that's the kind of customer service you get with him, which is cool. So I do think it's worth getting. I do think it's worth it for probably most people who are using cables for triceps. Do I think it will replace everything? I don't think anything replaces everything. I think that I will still use these, but to be honest, like I haven't touched these in 2 months. So, I mean, I really haven't. I've only been using this, if that tells you anything. I'm sure I'll use these at some point because I like to rotate things. I go through, each cycle I go through, I'm doing 5-3-1 right now. Every cycle, pretty much I rotate my accessories. And I do in my cycle do 2 tricep exercises, but my other tricep exercise is more like a kickback, a pushback. So I don't use this anyway, but for my push downs, I find myself reaching for this every single time. And I haven't had a desire to reach for something else. So was it worth it for me? Heck yeah, like I'm using this. I've done a few things for my elbow pain since December, so it's mostly went away, but I can't just contribute it to this because I got the right handles, I've been stretching a lot, doing all kinds of stuff. So the combination of everything has been helping. But I do think it's a cool product. I think it's pretty innovative. I think it's neat. I mean, it's simple. It's like innovative, but like super easy. Like I'm just pushing down my triceps. So I do think it's worth it. I do think it's a pretty cool product. If you're one of those people who's like, you want to get all the attachments, I think you should go for it. I mean, if you're okay, if you have like this and you're like, this is fine for me, then there's no reason to go out and buy more attachments. Like if you're happy with your current attachment, like you don't need to go out and buy more. Like it's fine. Like it's not gonna, especially if you're not having elbow pain, you feel great with this because you got nice strong wrists, this is working your triceps. Like you don't need to go out and buy more attachments. Like I don't want to like encourage people to go run out and buy stuff. But I think if you're looking for more attachments, if you do like tricep press down and use it a lot, you like to have the attachments, maybe you're having golfer's elbow, maybe you just want something different, you want to be able to press down and get a little more, I feel like it really focuses on this tricep head. I think you should 100% go out and buy this. You can find discounts like I know there are discounts on there on his products. He also like at his webpage, assuming he still has it on there. I mean, he did as of this morning. There's like a spinny wheel where you can get like $5 off or free shipping or something like that. So definitely spin that. I actually got, it's funny, I had a coupon code for like 15% off. But then when I spun the wheel, I got free shipping. So the free shipping actually worked out to be cheaper by like $1 or something. So I used the free shipping code because I think he ships out from California. And I'm in North Carolina, so you know it's quite a costly to do that. So yeah, I used the free shipping code, got free shipping on the product. Totally worth it. Totally cool product. I mean, it's definitely my new main cable tricep push down attachment that I'm using. I still got I have a bunch more, I have all of them really besides these ones I've shown. But this has become my main one for the time being. So if you're looking for something, definitely check out Steadfast Fitness and see what they got. And let me know if you like the bar or not. I'd be curious to hear if you like it or not. I do, I think it's cool. So anyway, later on.